I used to do morning news and get 4 hours. For 2 years, and now I can nap anywhere at any time.
I actually was like to be there at 4 a.m. And then ever since then, I know. And the one I could never go see here.
I got here at 3. That one day. And I was like, I still go out. Yeah.
What's the other?
And
Do I hit the red on it?
You hit the programming.
Oh, that's all you do?
How's it sound over there?
Let me listen. Hold on.
That's the Foster effect. To learn more, go to azdcs.gov/Foster effect. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Department of Child Safety.
Now it's time for our Replay Rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Roc decides to add. Let's get to it in Replay Rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD-2.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620. We're discussing the Suns' loss last night. It was a very entertaining game to watch. Came down, of course, to the final shot. However, the Suns had a double-digit lead in this game, couldn't hang on, and ended up losing at the very end. Let's start first then with Royce O'Neal.
Corner O'Neal in open three. Yes, sir. Royce O'Neal lines it up and knocks down his first shot of the night. Suns back up 4. Top of the arc for O'Neal. Another 3 on the way and another one down for Royce O'Neal. He calmly steps into it. Now Royce O'Neal left alone. He'll shoot a 3 and hit that 3 on the right side. That steps back and feeds it to Royce O'Neal on the wing. He gives a ball fake, shoots another 3 and hits that 3 as the shot clock expires. Royce O'Neal from downtown had missed several in a row, but he's now 4 for 9 on the night.
4 for 9 at that particular time. Manuch, he was finding the basket.
He was. And then Jordan Goodwin again. He's filling it as well, too. You look at the NBA, and I take a look at this one. So as far as the average, as far as threes are concerned in a game.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about the Suns and whomever they play, anywhere from 75 to 80, 85. Was a couple weeks ago we saw the Suns and whoever they played, like 85 total threes. 79 threes shot in this game last night. The Suns only at 34%. And you saw, and then for Houston, it was only 24%. They were really struggling in the three-point land. Where they were making their money was inside and down low.
That's correct.
But again, Royce O'Neal, he can get on a heater too, Jimmy.
Yeah, he can.
I mean, he's either on or he's off.
Yeah, there's no in between.
There's no in between.
Yeah. Devin Booker, who was the leading scorer for the Suns last night.
Free throw around the rim, no. Tipped back out, though, by Brooks and taken by Iguodaro. Booker gets it right wing. He's going to shoot a 3 and hit that 3 on the right wing. Suns pull within 1, 94-93 on a 4-point possession as Booker hits 1 out of 2 from the line. And then he lines up a 3 and knocks that down in a second chance opportunity.
That's why you love watching this team play. Manuch, they could get beat, and I understand that, and they get blown out every once in a while. But for the most part, the guys that are on the hardwood, they're wearing a Suns jersey right now. They show up to compete every night.
They really do. And if that's the noticeable difference, I feel we've seen this year versus the last 2 years is how hard they play. I mean, how they defensively. Now, they get caught up in some defenses once in a while and not get to the outside. But, I mean, you're seeing more perimeter defense, more hustle, more steals. And they're starting to get the turnovers. But you're right, Jimmy. It's the energy and it's the want to get back on defense and to defend. And everybody says, well, they're pros, shouldn't they? No. You should have been around. I can name you several teams in the NBA.
I know you've seen them.
They never go back. We'll just hang out down here.
That's it.
Yeah, we'll just camp out while you guys go down and defend.
I've been there. I've seen them all.
Suns have got the energy to defend.
Let's get a little Dylan the villain into this little foray.
He threw a pass deflected and stolen by Jordan Goodwin. Here come the Suns into the forecourt with a chance to retake the lead. Brooks up the right wing, drives on Adams, step back jumper in the lane, up and in for Dylan Brooks. Give him 15 on the night, no bigger than those two right there as the Suns go up by 1, 95-94 with 2:45 to play.
All right, so we know what happens then. The game is tied. And then Kevin Durant, KD, and we'll talk a little bit about what he had to say after the game as well, after he makes this three-pointer.
Now Jabari gets it. He's looking, holding above his head, still looking, gets it to Durant. KD to his right, 3 seconds to go, a 3 on the way. He got it. Kevin Durant from downtown with 0.3 of a second remaining gives the Rockets a 3-point lead, 100-97. And the crowd at Toyota Center absolutely loves it.
And that was probably the quietest 26 points you're going to see. Only 2 for 12, but hits the game-winning 3.
Right.
He really started to feel it, I thought, in that fourth quarter. I mean, to get them back in the game, they take the lead, then the Suns take the lead, going back and forth. And you just knew it was going to him. And it was good defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just rose above it all and just flushed it. And even then, the Suns had a chance, couldn't get a shot off in that very last play, the inbounds pass. But again, if there's one guy that I'm all over, maybe I put all 5 guys on Kevin Durant and allow him just to give up the 2 versus the 3. But KD steps up. We've seen that a few times, but even bigger in last night's game.
All right. So the big story, however, even became bigger than the game itself, because Durant, in the post-game commentary, talking to the news media, he offered up some thoughts about his tenure with the Suns.
Does it mean any more to you to be able to hit that one against your former guys?
Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? A place that I didn't want to leave, and my first time being to sound, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but I will, to be kicked out of a place, you know what I'm saying? And felt like that, you know, I've been scapegoated, you know what I'm saying, for the issues we had as a team last year. Yeah, it felt good to beat them and hit a game-winning shot. But that's all it is. It's not just for the moment, you know. It's something tomorrow I won't even think about, you know. So it was a fun game. Like I said, of course, yeah, I felt you play with a little chip on your shoulder against your former team, especially when they trade you.
You know, that's the most open he's been about that since he left.
You know, I don't have a problem with what he said whatsoever.
I don't either. But he really sounded very that's the most, I don't know if I'd say emotional, but that's the most heartfelt Kevin Durant I think I've heard.
He wasn't guarded. He wasn't
guarded
at all. Yeah, he let it go.
And I felt that the feeling was, you know, you look at some of the code of the way guys talked. He really, I think we all felt he would have loved to have stayed.
Yes.
But I think that for the betterment of the team, they had to make a move because what they saw wasn't working with him. So you sent him to Houston for Jalen Green and for Dylan Brooks.
Right.
That was the workout for this Phoenix Suns team. But it almost felt like, hey, look, I love it here. I've got a home here. My family loves it here. I really feel bought in. And I almost feel like saying, well, KD, it's the NBA. You can't take it personal. It's what they need to do if they're going to move this franchise. And I don't think the Suns really wanted to let him go per se, but it's a move that they had to make in order to make this team a lot better. But I got to tell you what, that's the most contrite and quasi-emotional and heartfelt I think I've ever heard Kevin Durant in any kind of presser.
You notice when he was speaking, he kind of choked a little bit too. Yeah, because he knew he was going, and he even stated, well, I don't know if I should say this or not, but I'm going to.
And I don't think he was, the one part I might disagree with him is that he wasn't a scapegoat. I don't feel he was a scapegoat.
No, but he felt that he was.
Okay.
Those are his feelings.
Yeah, and I think that he did everything he could do. As a fan, I felt Kevin Durant did everything he could do and then some. He averaged more than above his average.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. Exactly right. But it's very interesting to hear that. And to hear that and see it, it's like, wow, he really did not want to leave this organization.
Let's skip down to Devin Booker, because this ties into what we're discussing right now. And this is Book after the game playing against his idol.
And it's always a pleasure. You know, he's done so much for his game. He's done so much for me personally. You know, so any chance I can be out there with one of my idols, somebody that I have a high respect for, you know, there's nothing like it. That's all you can ask for.
How do you respond to that?
I love that. I think it's great. I mean, anytime you get a chance to play against somebody you grew up idolizing, that's like, it's amazing. And I think for anybody that becomes a pro athlete in whatever sport, and there's a particular person that you idolize and you get a chance to play against them, it is like, wow, you kind of have that wow moment. And then when you get into the game, you just play. Or you try to play.
You try to play, yeah.
But I think the other thing, too, is you look at a guy like Kevin Durant, who's 37, seems like he's been around forever, that still has not missed a beat. He looks as good now as he did 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago as far as getting up and down the court, the shooting. But from Devin Booker's perspective, you know, it's always a privilege and honor to compete against one of the best that ever came down the pipe.
Hey, today's replay rewind presented by Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck, need a check. Just make one call, 602-977-1900. Always at lernerandrowe.com. Once again, Lerner and Rowe. Just make one call, that's all, 602-977-1900. Okay, 3 teams in the NFC West are going to the playoffs, but the Cardinals finished 9 games back of third place. Whew.
Third place.
First place, third place. NFC West beat writer for Fox, Eric Williams. He's going to be our guest. He is coming up next. Right now, an ESPN Radio 620 local Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Matt Lazarus. The Arizona Cardinals have fired head coach Jonathan Gannon after 3 seasons following a 3-14 finish in 2025 that included an 0-6 record in the NFC West. General manager Monty Ossenfort will now lead the search for a new head coach. In college football, Arizona State added former Kentucky quarterback Cutter Boley and former Colorado wide receiver Omarion Miller from the transfer portal, giving the program a major boost heading into next season. Next Tuesday, January 13th, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are going live from Big's American Bar and Grill in Peoria. Join the guys from 1 to 4 p.m. as they get you set for the day in sports, live from one of the Valley's best sports bars. Great food, cold drinks, wall-to-wall TVs, and the best sports talk in town. All happening at Big's in Peoria. We'll see you there. Fox Sports NFC West beat writer Eric Williams joins the guys next.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit CrestINS.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Now open in North Scottsdale, it's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Most pedestrian and bicycle crashes happen early morning or at night. The leading cause? Drivers failing to yield. Since 2010, traffic fatalities for people walking and biking have doubled in Arizona. So stay alert and watch for bicycles and pedestrians. There's no such thing as accidents. Learn more about the risks at azdot.gov/no accidents. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Department of Transportation.
Hey, it's Eli Winders. Just a reminder, if you're feeling low, you're not alone. Life can get tough and we all need a hand sometimes. Don't be afraid to talk to someone, even if it's just to get things off your chest. You have to take care of yourself so you can take care of business. Remember, there's no shame in asking for help. You've got people who care about you. Reach out if you need to and check in on those you care about too. We're all in this together. This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
3rd down and 2. Charbonnet. He's got it and plenty more. Touchdown, Seattle. We the Seahawks are good. Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, hanging out till 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to dive into the National Football League West Division, okay? Because 3 teams out of the West are in the NFL playoffs. Our go-to guy always is FoxSports.com. That is Eric Williams. He is the NFC West beat writer, and you can find him on. I have to make sure I do this right, otherwise he'll hang up on us. I have to
because you forced him to change it.
I did force him.
Get it right,
I know
Jimmy
I have to do it correctly. You can find him on X at EDBUB NFL. That's EDUB NFL 22.
Thank you.
EDUB NFL 22.
Eric, I am so sorry. I don't know if he took his
I'm going to
privilege
have
in or
to
whatever.
change it again.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
You're the best. Well, with everything that
We apologize for Jimmy B.
Stop. So with everything that you have seen so far, the NFC West is far and away the best division in the National Football League. Mm-hmm. So the 3 teams that are in, who would you pick as the team with the best chance to represent the NFC West in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think it's hard to pick against Seattle because right now they hold home field advantage. So you're going to have to go up there, if you're one of those other teams, whether it's the Rams or the 49ers, and beat them with the 12th man and the type of environment that they have going on there right now. It's always been one of the toughest places to play when that team is playing at a high level. That's kind of where they're at now. So I would have to go with Seattle out of those 3 teams, but I will qualify that with saying that I think the Rams still out of these 3, in my opinion, are the best team because they can beat you a number of different ways. I feel like with the Seahawks, it's more about how their defense is going to play and if Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over.
You just said it, Eric.
Yeah.
I was just going to say that. And sometimes when you watch Sam Darnold play, he's having a great year. You're just waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? You think about that first Rams game, the shootout that they had, those 2 key interceptions, which he eventually came back and won. But I agree with you. I think Seattle really right now, they're the team on a roll. But you can't discount the experience of Stafford and Sean McVay. I mean, you look at that. Now, they've got some holes. We get it. They're not the same Super Bowl team they were a few years ago. But how do you negate that experience when you get into go time in the playoffs?
I think it's huge whenever you have a quarterback that's won a Super Bowl because the moment's not going to be too big for them because they've already been through it. So I think they're going to play a little more cool, calm, and collected in those moments. We know that Darnold, even though he's played better in those moments at the end of the year, still has struggled for the most part if you go back to last season. And so, if you're a Seahawks fan, you're concerned how he's going to play once the playoffs start. And is he going to hemorrhage turnovers or is he going to be able to play mistake-free football, really lean on that running game and that defense to lead that team? So I think you're right with Stafford and the experience. And then McVay, too, add that. A head coach that's won a Super Bowl, I think, is huge.
And I think on top of that, they don't quite have the defense that Seattle does. And the secondary is very porous as well. And then there's the San Francisco 49ers. And what Robert Saleh is doing with that defense is just short of a miracle to have so many backups, so many rookies, and only hold Seattle to 13 points aside from them blowing that 4th down situation. But I got to tell you what, San Francisco got to be one of the biggest dark horses. And then the offensive line for Brock right now is just very porous at best. It seems like if they're going to get as far as the NFC, let's say, championship, they're going to need some minor miracles. They're going to need Kyle Shanahan to be pulling rabbits out of his hat all day long.
Well, what they need is Trent Williams to have a healthy hamstring. This team since 2020, they're 60-32 when Trent Williams starts. They're 4-13 when he's not on the field. So we'll be kind of monitoring that this week to see if he's going to be able to play this weekend. add to that, Ricky Pearsall, getting on the field. I think he's missed half the season. They just need those two foundational players in order to operate at their maximum capacity offensively. Obviously, that wasn't the case against the Seahawks, and it led to just 3 points from an offense that had been dominant up to that point over the second half of the season.
So when you're the Arizona Cardinals and you are so far behind the 8 ball as far as being in the NFC West, where do they go?
Or 9 ball in this fact.
Well, yeah, really.
9 games out from third place.
Terrible. Yeah. Where do they go for a coach? Because we discussed it yesterday where we thought they went for young but inexperienced coaches, and it came back to bite them in the ass. So what do they do now?
I think you have to look and see what the Chargers did a couple years ago, bringing in Jim Harbaugh, and you have to take a big swing like that. And if you're Bidwell, you have to open up your pocketbook and scratch a big check for a legitimate head coach that's been there and done that. I don't know if that's going and taking a big swing on Belichick, who, Monty obviously has some familiarity with during his time working for the Patriots. I don't know if it's Mike McCarthy, if that's going to be something that energizes the fan base, but I don't think you can bring a young, inexperienced coordinator in at this point in terms of where you're at in this division because of everything else that's happening when you look at, Mike McDonald in Seattle, McVay with the Rams, and Shanahan with the 49ers. You have to somehow match that if you expect to compete for, division titles and Super Bowls if you're the Cardinals. So you have to bring somebody in there that has some pelts on the wall, in my opinion.
Roc brought this up yesterday, or an experienced assistant offensive coordinator, Matt Nagy. Nagy's had the experience as a head coach, had success as a head coach. He's had great success as an offensive coordinator. He might be the exception to that rule that's been there and done that with Super Bowl contenders, playoff contenders, and has had success. Now a coordinator can come back to that head coaching position.
Yeah, that's a possibility, and he did have some success, with the Bears. I think they went to the playoffs.
They did.
Yeah, when he was there, and Trubisky, actually played competent football when he was there. So you might be able to sell that, I guess. But for me, I think I want somebody with a little bit more experience and success as a head coach. And I agree. I think it's probably better to have an offensive guy. And then along with that, you're going to have a plan for what you're going to do at quarterback, whether that's moving on from Kyler Murray and bringing in a free agent or a guy through trade or drafting someone. You need somebody with a clear plan and strategy for improving that position.
I brought up on the show yesterday Kevin Stefanski, 2-time coach of the year. He got the team to the playoffs. Baker Mayfield had a great run there when they were 11-5, went to Pittsburgh, won there, lost to Kansas City in the last 30 seconds, and then it all went to hell. And with the owner, and Stefanski now is the scapegoat, so they kick him out. But teams are all over him right now. I'm asking you this. What are the Cardinals waiting for? How come they're not bringing guys in like right away?
Well, they may, Jimmy. We just don't know.
Well, I haven't seen any reporting on it.
Well, they're not going to tell Jimmy B that they've bringing people in.
Well, they should. What the heck? Come on.
I'm sure they're making calls and putting deals out there for folks and making requests. I think all that's happening. I think they need to take their time and be thorough and diligent in their search. It's an important job that you want to fill. You want to make sure you get the right guy, but you don't want to be too patient where you miss out on somebody like a Stefanski, if that's a possibility. I don't know if he's the right guy or not. If you bring him in, I think he's good friends with Petzing. Are you keeping Petzing as your OC and trying to keep some of these coaches already on the staff? Is that your idea in terms of, mitigating some of the coaches that you could lose out there to the market? I don't know. It's just a thought. But I think with Stefanski, at least from what I've heard from people in Cleveland, not exactly a strong authoritative figure in the locker room. So I don't know how that would play out for the franchise in terms of, the kind of coaching personality and philosophy they want to bring in.
Eric, what do you hear about John Gruden and a team like the Cardinals going down that road? I mean, Gruden's making a ton of dough with Yardbarker and doing that whole thing of opening up packages every other day and what have you. You think if this would be a fit for him, that he'd be able to handle Michael? Well, can Michael Bidwell handle Jonathan Gruden? That'd be the other side of that.
Yeah. I think it depends on how much control the ownership wants to give the head coach. Certainly a guy like Gruden or Belichick is going to want total control over personnel and selection of players, either through the draft or free agency. And so do you want to hand that over to somebody like that? Obviously, you have to deal with some of the baggage when you're talking about Gruden and what's happened in his past. So you'd have to have a strategy for being able to deal with that in terms of media stuff. Certainly, it's a possibility. Obviously, Gruden has had a lot of success as a head coach, so it kind of checks the box in terms of somebody that brings some cachet to the position. But you have to deal with the other stuff.
You know, you talked about Jim Harbaugh leaving Michigan, going to the LA Chargers. I know you cover the Chargers as well, too. They head back to New England to take on the Patriots. Is it time for Jim to check that box and get them beyond the playoffs and make a run at the AFC title?
If Jim's playing left tackle, yes. I don't know how they're going to be able to protect Justice. He's been the most hit and pressured quarterback in the league. They're in double digits in terms of offensive line combinations. Having covered that team in the past, they don't play well on the road in cold weather. And New England, they haven't had any success there in the postseason. So I think it's going to be a real uphill climb against a really good head coach in Mike Vrabel to try to get a win on the road there.
Hey, last question for you. When you look at the Cardinals, how far behind? Jimmy alluded to how far they are in the standings, and I've never seen an Arizona Cardinal team or a team per se 9 games out of third place and 14 games out of first place.
Unbelievable.
How far from just personnel-wise, from you looking at this and covering this team, do you feel they are? From at least getting back on the field. They're still in the dugout. I'm talking about just getting on the field and playing.
Yeah, I don't think they're that far. At least I didn't at the start of the season. I mean, I thought this was a team that could win 8 or 9 games, going into it. Obviously, things kind of snowballed, during the season and just had a lot of struggles with injuries and other things. But you look at what happened in New England this year. You look at what happened in Chicago. If you bring the right guy in and you have some success in the draft, in free agency, you could turn things around quickly. However, the other side of that, if you look what happened to the Raiders, it could go the opposite direction if you don't make the right hire. So again, that's why I say I don't know if I'm really concerned about them not having, people in reports in terms of who they're interviewing right now, because I do feel like they should take their time and make sure they get the right person in.
You're going to go with the Rams back to Carolina? You're going to go with the Niners back to Philadelphia? Because if you do, you better take your muffler, your thermals. You better take it all, big fella.
I'm staying in the comfy confines of San Diego, California, and I'm traveling the following week up to Seattle.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to go. He's going to force himself to go to Seattle next week.
Yeah,
they got the bye. God, you got soft, man. We changed your Twitter handle. You get soft all these days.
That's what Southern California does to you.
Yeah.
It makes you soft.
It makes you, once again on X, EDUB NFL 22, EDUB 22. Oh my gosh. You are.
Is it EDUB 22 or EDUB NFL 22?
EDUB NFL 22.
Thank you, Jimmy. We'll get them figured out here.
I'm going to have to change it again.
Jimmy must have got too much fresh air last night. That's all I can think of.
We love having you on the show, pal. Thank you as always.
Yeah, awesome. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.
There you go. Eric Williams. He's a lot of fun.
You okay over there?
I'm great. I just tried to mess him up.
25 different Twitters.
Well, yeah. Wow. I want to see. I got him to change one. Maybe he'll change again.
We're going to snap an ammonia capsule for Jimmy. Have him sniff it.
Hey, this segment presented by Venezia's Pizza. That's right. When it comes to game day pizza in Arizona, Venezia's Pizza makes it easy. 7 locations across the valley, and you can go online and order Venencias.com. That's Venencias.com. Manuch, where are we going to be tomorrow?
We're going to be at the Venencias in Gilbert at Cooper and Ray, right there at the northeast corner.
I cannot wait. And what's your favorite one to get?
Oh, my God. Well, it's going to be the lasagna.
Yeah.
And the slice of pepperoni.
Yeah.
And the salad with their
What's
homemade
that Italian
ranch.
thing that you always tell
Oh, the
me?
Italian stallion.
Oh, jeez. Why did I bring it up?
They named a slice after Roc and Manuch.
We're out of here for a quick break. We're coming right back, everybody. ESPN 620 on the FM dial 98.7 HD2, also on the Arizona Sports app.
The biggest game of the year is coming, and at Backyard Desert Ridge, it always sells out. Lock in the best seat in the house now. Reserve your table today and pick the perfect spot, right in front of the massive LED wall or surrounded by more than 50 high-def TVs. Great food, ice-cold drinks, and wall-to-wall action so you don't miss a single play. Every year fills up fast, and once it's gone, it's gone. Don't wait. Swing by Backyard Desert Ridge and secure your big game seat today.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
977-1900. Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Are you looking for career opportunities with great benefits and job growth? How about the chance to make an impact? What we do here at the City of Phoenix matters. 14,000 employees and counting, all dedicated to making a difference in the communities where they live, work, and play. So come join us. Help us do work that makes Phoenix work. You can see all open positions and apply at phoenix.gov/jobs. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
Before you fly, take a trip to your local MVD office or authorized third-party provider with your required documents and get the new AZ Travel ID with the Gold Star for your new driver's license or ID. Starting May 2025, this new AZ Travel ID gets you through TSA security checkpoints. It's quick and easy. Think of it as your license to fly. Learn how to get your new ID at aztravelid.com. Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
You buckle them in, but are they really protected? In Arizona, child passenger safety starts with the right car seat. Double check that your child is in the proper seat based on their age and size, and that it's correctly installed. The wrong fit or a loose seat can put your child at serious risk. Need help installing your car seat? Certified technicians can help for free. Learn more at gohs.az.gov. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota on this day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We roll all the way until 4 o'clock this afternoon. By the way, when we do our little On This Day, it is presented by our great partnership with Twin Peaks. And if you're looking for a great place for lunch, fuel up fast with lunch at the Lodge at Twin Peaks. Bite into a juicy cheeseburger and fries, fresh chicken Caesar salad, or a turkey avocado smash with sweet potato fries. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. It's all at Twin Peaks. All right, Manuch, let's do a little On This Day.
By the way, I'll be at the Camelback Twin Peaks on Thursday from 1 to 4. Nice reach. I mean, made me hungry, man.
Thank you.
Try to do that clean diet
That's why you
thing.
pay me the big money.
I'm doing that clean diet thing for a week, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to eat a whole lot of nothing all week long. I can use crackers and soup and white meat. Good.
Okay.
Exciting that. You can do that at Twin Peaks, by the way.
Yeah, they have that.
2008. The New England Patriots complete the first 16-0 regular season in NFL history, defeating the New York Giants 38-35. Brady throws 5 touchdown passes, capping one of the most dominant regular seasons ever. Randy Moss was on that team.
He was.
Gronk was going off.
Yeah.
But who beat him in the Super Bowl, Jimmy?
The New York Giants.
Yeah, they hold that record at 19-1, a great record. But those Miami Dolphins were celebrating after that Super Bowl, popping the champagne to keep that undefeated streak alive from the 1972 Miami Dolphins. 1991, Joe Montana plays his final game as a 49er in a playoff loss to the New York Giants. It quietly marked the end of an era before Montana's move to Kansas City, which I felt they still should have kept him with San Francisco. But you had Steve Young biting at the heels to get him involved. But Joe did pretty good going to Kansas City and did a heck of a job.
He did.
Taking them to the AFC Championship game against the Bills and losing that one. 1996, Michael Jordan recorded 36 points in a Bulls win during the season that ended with Chicago's historic 72-10 record, reinforcing his full return to NBA dominance. Didn't take him long, did it? Come back and get his groove on?
No. I liked it when he went to New York. It was like the second game when he came back, and he had a double nickel against the Knicks.
Was that his first game back?
Second game.
Second game back. I'm back, and I'm not going anywhere. Yep. That's our On This Day. All right, let's get to a little football at 50 presented by Backyard Desert Ridge. Give me a little love back there, Connor, with that football music. Well, we got the CFP semifinals going this week. You got Ole Miss facing number 6 Ole Miss, facing number 10 Miami in the Fiesta Bowl. That'll be here in town, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl on Thursday night. Then Indiana, IU, number 1 IU taking on number 9 Oregon in the Peach Bowl. That'll be on Friday. Then the national championship will be held January 19th. That'll be at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The Miami Gardens, as they call it. I miss the old Orange Bowl.
Yeah.
The heap that it was for so many years.
It was a heap.
But January 19th, that Monday night, it'll all be happening. By the way, we're going to be out at DraftKings doing our show. That being January 19th. That'll be the playoff championship win. Hey, I love it. I love the extended weeks. I love the extended football because we get to talk about it over and over again. Let me get you up to speed on some of the transfer portal activity.
I need help.
Trinidad Chambliss looking to stay at Ole Miss for a 2026 season pending an NCAA eligibility waiver.
Okay.
Now, this will be year number 25 for Trinidad Chambliss.
Feels like it.
If he gets the waiver, it'll be year number 6. Quarterback Kenny Minchie. Now, this was a top-rated recruit that was headed for Nebraska.
Right.
But headed to Kentucky. But he flipped and is now going to Nebraska after one day. After all has been said,
it's the other way around.
He was going to go to Nebraska. Now he's going to Kentucky.
Yeah.
Now that the young man,
you need Prevagen.
I need it. I think it's wearing off. It's contagious in here. Another thing that's happened is quarterback Brendan Sorsby from Cincy is going to be headed to Texas Tech. Now it's interesting because Dylan Raiola, I guess, kind of, sorta, was promised that they would take a good hard look at him or bring him on. But he came out today, a little sour grapes.
Okay.
He's like, well, wait a second. My heroes have promised me that I'd be going there, but Sorsby's going there. So Dylan Raiola, who was at Nebraska, is still out there and yet to be signed by anybody. Another quarterback who did visit ASU, Michigan quarterback Bryce Underwood, the number 1 recruit in the 2025 class. He says he's coming back to Michigan. Kyle Whittingham might have had a big decision for him coming back. But I think once Whittingham got the head job at Michigan, and Whittingham is an outstanding recruiter. So I think that him talking to him, and maybe they up the ante to, $2.5 or $3 million
probably
for him to stick around. But he's going to be staying. So for you Michigan Wolverine fans, Bryce Underwood staying. And here's the latest for Arizona State.
Okay.
ASU has signed Ohio State punter Nick McClarty. Now, Nick is 6'7", 255 pounds.
God, that guy's my height.
6'7", 255. Another big recruit, Amarian Miller, top receiver from Colorado, who is considered the number 2 receiver in the portal, is going to Arizona State University.
He's good.
That's right. Washington true freshman wide receiver Raiden Vines Bright, former Corona del Sol athlete, and he's going to be coming to Arizona State University. And as I mentioned earlier, quarterback Cutter Bowling coming to Arizona State University. So that gives you a little bit of life in reference to the portal is concerned.
Manuch, I watched a really fun football game last night. It was the FCS championship.
Montana State finally gets their FCS championship, beating Illinois State 35-34 in the overtime thriller to win the FCS national championship game. It was pretty much Illinois missed their extra point.
They did.
Montana State, the Bobcats, they go down and score, get the extra point, win a game set match 35-34 for the FCS championship. That is your football at 50, Jimmy B.
Now presented by Backyards Desert Ridge. Biggest game of the year is coming up. And at Backyard Desert Ridge, it always sells out. So lock in your Super Bowl table right now. Pick your perfect spot in front of our massive LED walls or 50 high-def TVs. Don't wait. Swing by Backyards Desert Ridge. Claim your seat for the big game. All right, a quick timeout. When we come back, ASU has been working that portal. We're going to dive into all of that with ASU sideline reporter Kevin Turner. He is going to be our guest at the bottom of the hour at 2:30. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN Radio Phoenix, also on the FM dial, 98.7 HD-2, and on the Arizona Sports app.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more. And then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B as they broadcast live before the National Championship from DraftKings Sportsbook at TPC Scottsdale on Monday, January 19th. Watch college football's biggest game in an electric atmosphere with massive wall-to-wall screens, great food and drinks, and a full sportsbook experience. Get there early, grab a seat, and soak in the energy. From VIP cabanas to the outdoor patio and fire pits, the road to a national title runs through Scottsdale. Monday, January 19th at DraftKings with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from ESPN Radio 620. Must be 21 years or older to wager. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. Back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B now on ESPN 620.
Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel.
You can sing solo, can't you? So
Stop
nobody
it.
can hear you?
Stop it, Manu. I knew where you were going. You've done that joke to me like 10 times.
What the joke is, we get it. Stop singing. Let the music
I
play.
like to
Don't
sing.
ruin the song.
I sing in the shower. I sing in the car. I sing when I'm riding my bike.
You can sing anywhere but on the radio, Jimmy. Let the music. It's a great song. Connor's doing his best to put the best tunes on there, and Jimmy B's chiming in. Let's chime in a little sports over there.
I'm jamming. Here we go. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning us in. Look, we've got so many coaching changes that are taking place in the NFL. So let's start. We know what took place yesterday here. So let us review what has taken place today. The Washington Commanders have axed both their defensive coordinator and their offensive coordinator.
They didn't axe Cliff Kingsbury. He resigned.
Come on.
No. I want to know because we got to be factual on Robert Jimmy. They didn't act. He asked to resign so he could go pursue other positions. So they didn't. So they did axe their defensive Witt Jr.
Yeah, get out.
They axed him.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury, let me just hold on there, Jimmy.
Get out.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury has asked to be released from his contract so he could pursue the Giants and the Titans at all. So, no, Dan Quinn wanted to keep Cliff Kingsbury, and Jaden Daniels was one of the last to know the fine quarterback who loved Cliff Kingsbury.
He did.
So the moral of the story is
They axed him.
No, they didn't axe him. No, Witt Jr., he's been axed, the defensive coordinator. But Cliff Kingsbury, according to many sources and reports, he had 2 more years left.
He did have 2 years
Yeah, and
left
Dan
on
Quinn had said that they hate to see him go.
Yeah,
So they didn't axe their offensive coordinator.
They axed
They basically, he wants to go pursue. And I guess some of the teams, and if you need a referral, Giants or Titans, please give me a call.
Yeah, call Dan Manucci.
Yeah, you can reach out on Facebook. Connor will give you my phone number.
Yep.
But I guess right now, from what a lot of people are saying is the Giants are all over it. The Titans are all over it. And the only thing that I think that was kind of put out there is I think Cliff Kingsbury's probably felt he's done all he can do. He sees what's probably coming back, but he sees the opportunity. If he's going to go somewhere, he's got a franchise quarterback with the Giants.
He does in Jackson.
He's got a franchise quarterback in Tennessee.
Cam Ward.
He's got 2 franchise young guys that he can mold that are, I feel, very effective or true franchise quarterbacks. Did not have that here with Kyler Murray.
Well, wait, didn't they win like 8 in a row?
Yeah, out of 8 years. They won 8 in a row, yeah. When he had a lot of good guys around him.
And then it kind of then they finished 11-5 and went to the playoffs. They got hammered by the Rams.
And Kyler Murray cowed it down in that Rams game big time.
I remember that.
So what I'm trying to say is he's got legitimate quarterbacks he can develop.
Okay.
I always thought the Kyler Murray quarterback situation was kind of a gimmick because it fit the air raid, spread, RPO kind of offense, and that he can win with these guys having to go helter-skelter, run here and run there. Now, what he did with Jaden Daniels, I felt, was at Washington was somewhat of a controlled RPO and spread.
Controlled chaos.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels has gotten banged up. He's beat up.
Yeah.
RG3 went through the same thing
He did.
when Mike Shanahan was the head coach with the Redskins at that time, trying to run all this RPO and spread and run. It's got to be a controlled run situation. And the other thing, too, is Cliff Kingsbury could win with Jaden Daniels from the pocket. You're not going to win on a consistent basis with Kyler Murray because he's not a pocket quarterback. So whoever gets him, just buyer beware. You got to roll him out. You got to waggle him. He's a very good athlete, but again, the injury concerns and some of the things that topple on him. So that's where I can see Kingsbury going, okay, let me take a look at the Giants. Let me take a look at Tennessee. He probably doesn't have an interest in the Cleveland Browns situation.
I would think not.
Because he probably looks at Shedeur Sanders and goes, the kid is a project.
Yeah.
And I think he's probably looking at a couple guys that have kind of gone through their rookie year. Now, he could end up taking Cleveland. It wouldn't surprise me if that owner reached out and did something like that.
No, Jimmy Haslam, yeah.
He's a little bit out there. So, I mean, that's an opportunity if he wants to go down that road. He's got, he's got a couple of quarterbacks that are there, young quarterbacks, but he has to really believe if he's going to take that job. So Cliff Kingsbury has resigned. He's looking to put himself out there for this team. Matt Eberflus, defensive coordinator for Connor's Dallas Cowboys.
He was axed.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah. So Connor, I don't know, the shuffling of the deck again. This is like the 25th DC in the last 3 years that they've had in Dallas.
Hey,
now?
Tony Romo just fumbled the snap.
Yeah, last fourth. Different coordinator DC in the last 4 years.
Is it
It's
4
been
years
rough.
now?
Yeah. We're trying to figure it out. You lose Dan Quinn, and then you've had kind of an unsteady mix of guys since then. Matt Eberflus. I will say this about the Dallas Cowboys. Yesterday, there was a report coming out saying that they were going to take about 10 to 12 days to do their due diligence and go over things. Waking up to the news this morning, I was pretty dang excited. I was like, all right, looks like Jerry's moving with a little bit of Pippen to skip this week. So let's hope that it continues throughout the rest of the offseason.
I think that, watching the Cowboys, just the hot, the cold, the hot, the cold. You watch Schottenheimer, the things that he did. I thought he did a good job this year handling the plays and handling the team. The thing I loved about him, the no nonsense. If you're not going to show up for practice, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. What you did with the kid last 2 weeks ago in the game, the season.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah. I think that Brian Schottenheimer, now granted, there was a lot of coaches who did a really good job this year. Liam Cohen, what he did down in Jacksonville. Kyle Shanahan keeping the Niners afloat. Mike Vrabel, what he's done in New England, excuse me.
Yeah.
But again, Brian Schottenheimer being a first-year coach kind of flew under the radar. At the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the offseason, a lot of people were poo-pooing on the Cowboys, saying it's an in-house hire. This could be a bad thing. But really, I think for a guy, he just went about his business. He understood that his defense wasn't the best, but every week that offense tried to come up and show out. It was also him calling the plays. So I'll give him a C+ in his first year.
There you go. That's from our Dallas aficionado, that being Connor Collins, who does a fine job back there. Hey, all you Chiefs fans out there that thinking you're going to get a brand spanking $3 billion stadium on the Kansas City, Kansas side.
That's what they said.
Well, not so fast, my friends. The deal's not done yet. This just came out late yesterday and this morning. So all my Kansas State buddies that live back there in Overland Park and Kansas City, Missouri,
in Missouri
and on the Kansas side. Well, guess what? The mayor of Kansas City, Kansas, has not signed off on this yet.
What?
She has some, air quotes, questions since the Board of Regents, the governor, the state, everybody has signed off on this new stadium that's supposed to be built by 2031 for occupancy.
Right.
And they've got a prime location. They got a prime spot that they can do a district, much like the Cardinals have Westgate, like Dallas Cowboys have got in Arlington.
Right.
There's a lot of these brand new stadiums going into these district resolve situations. So that's on the board. And then also, it just so happens that Hunt Jr. has got a lot of land on the Kansas side also, closer to the Kansas City, Kansas downtown area. That has come up. Now, it's going to get built in the Kansas City, Kansas side. So everybody relax. But
wait a minute, you just told me the mayor has questions.
Well, she does. But if she has too many questions, I think that the owner of the Chiefs should get a call from the commissioner of the National Football League. They're just going through the steps they have to go through.
I know.
So it's just kind of funny that those are some.
Why is it always a woman?
Well, it's men, women. There's questions to be asked. Like, are you being sexist right now, there, Jimmy B?
No, but
there's a lot of female mayors that have questions.
I'm not talking about that. Why does it have to be a woman who messes with our football? That's what I want to know.
You're
messes with
right
our
now.
football.
Okay. Whew, man, for a second I thought that we're going to get a call from the principal down the hallway here. Jimmy B. Last but this is kind of the feel-good situation.
Okay.
Looks like LSU's administration is allowing offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr. and running backs coach Kevin Smith to continue coaching.
Good.
Number 6 Ole Miss in its college football semifinal here at the Verbo Fiesta Bowl against number 10 Miami. It's great. Could you imagine if they didn't allow it?
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
And we just, Roc reported yesterday that the special teams coach is moving on.
Right.
And he's going to Arkansas State. I mean, can Arkansas State say, look, hey, do your thing?
Hey, you're talking about the Red Wolves, boy. I'm telling you.
Yeah. What city is that in, by the way?
That
There's
is
a quiz here.
Yeah, I can tell you, doggone it, I've been there to do games. Oh, I'll tell you in a
We drafted
second.
a quarterback from Gene Bradley from Arkansas
Yep,
State.
there you go.
But you know what? That's the right thing. And hey, praise. I'm sure that Lane Kiffin had something to do with.
I'm sure.
Hey, let those guys coach it out.
Yeah.
It'd be an absolute tragedy if they were to say, nope, you got to come home. All the income free, everybody home. So Charlie Weiss, the play caller, offensive coordinator, and Kevin Smith will remain with the Ole Miss Running Rebels.
Yo,
Yes,
what do
sir.
you got, Seth?
This was a little funny story going on. I was just telling Matt about. I'm not sure if you guys heard about the story of Texas wide receiver Parker Washington, longtime Texas Longhorn fan, got to play for the team, enjoyed his time there. He was about a wide receiver 2 for him. Well, at the end of the year, apparently there was a meeting with him and Sark told him that they would be moving on from him essentially on the depth chart. Well, he just now committed to Oklahoma, as we all know, their day one rival for the Red River rivalry.
That's great.
So it's just got a lot of people in college football talking about how this transfer portal is so crazy, where for one day you can be, you know, you used to have to sit out 2 years to transfer.
A year.
conference,
Yeah, it's that a year. Yeah.
but now you're just playing for your rival in the next day.
Hey, Coach Sark, put that in your pipe and smoke it. I'm going to OU, and I'll see you in the Red River Shootout.
That's it.
I'm going to say, oh, my God. You can't make this stuff up. That just happened. That just come down.
Yeah, just happened.
That kid was a dude.
He
Or he's
was.
supposed to be a dude. I wonder if there might have been some, air quotes, issues with discipline or personality. I don't know.
I remember in that last game against Michigan in the bowl game, Arch Manning threw a pretty deep post route to him, and it just was over his fingertips, and he drops the ball. And you could see kind of a disgruntled look on Arch's face. A lot of people said at that moment, that's when Archie was like, all right, get him out of here, coach.
Wow. Did he have alligator arms on the throw, you think?
Don't be talking about me.
Looks like he might have been a little overthrown, but I'm not
Hey,
the
oh, you're saying so the effort to go get the ball wasn't there. Well, you better have the big E if Arch Manning's going to be throwing you the football.
Manu, answer this for me. When did it change from the Red River rivalry to the Red River Shootout? And
Maybe
why?
5-6 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe it wasn't politically correct.
Oh, boy.
I think we had a lot of shootings going on, and they all felt that, hey, look,
okay,
we've got a lot of issues on the streets. Let's just call it the Red River.
Yeah, but if you're calling it a shootout, it's the same
Well,
connotation.
it's the connotation. It's a rivalry now. It's Red
Yeah,
River
it
rivalry.
is,
It used
yeah.
to be called the Shootout.
No, it used to be the Red River rivalry. Now it's the Red River Shootout.
No, Jimmy, it's the Red River rivalry now. It used to be called the Shootout several years. That's they stopped
Research that,
I'm
Matt.
having,
Research.
I'm having the Mandela effect because I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to remember which one came
I
first.
know.
Was it chicken or the egg?
I remember the 3 R's, Red River rivalry
Yes.
versus the Shootout. They stopped the connotation.
I can
Laz, look that up, would you please? But I'm pretty
He's
sure
on
it's Red River rivalry.
It's called the Red River Rivalry.
Yeah.
It was historically known as the Red River Shootout until 2005 when the name was changed due to concerns about associating the game with gun violence.
You doubt me. I just gave you the story.
There you go,
doubted
man.
me there.
Hey.
But it's been that long. 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, by the way, every Tuesday, which is today, by the way, next week, we're going to lock you in to our GCU Lopes report. It's all powered by Global Credit Union right here, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. And each week, we're going to talk GCU athletics, the playmakers, the coaches, and the people that are building the fastest rising program in the country. And if you miss it live, well, we've got you covered because every Lopes Report interview will be posted on the Arizona Sports app and all on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B social platforms. Once again, Lopes Report beginning next Tuesday, 2 o'clock, and it's all powered by Global Credit Union. All right, a quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to dive back into the Suns and the Rockets from last night. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN Radio in Phoenix, FM 98.7 HD2, also on the Arizona Sports app.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. OD's, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
RockForWhiteToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
At Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, we understand the tradition of golf, the joy of passing the game from one generation to the next. Since 1963, we've been helping families like yours enjoy the game of golf. Our expert team will help you find all the golf gear, shoes, and apparel you need. With over 60 years of experience and our legendary 90-day guarantee, we've always been here to help you get there. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creation,